Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We'll begin with a call to order this evening.
Marty.
Thank you, Marty.
Paul McGinn.
Roger Moore.
Susan Roth.
I'm Jens Bergen.
Ted Redway Planner.
Tonight, we have a dearth in the usual talent for the board. We're missing our chairman, Mr. Ganong, and our vice chairman, Mr. Lowry, so I'll beg your indulgence in chairing this meeting until we have Mr. Lowry's appearance. I think we'll begin with an approval of the agenda. And actually, I just want to note, this is our board member Susan Roth's debut meeting with us. So, welcome and thank you.
Thank you.
So we'll begin then with a approval of the agenda. Does the board have any questions or concerns about the agenda as proposed? It's an ambitious agenda.
There was an addition to the agenda, it's not noted on this.
Can you
Was
send
it
out
not?
a revised agenda late today?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
It'll be 24 hours.
That's right.
So this,
John, this.
It's not.
Yep, Brookside Estates. I think these are the,
No, what I'm saying is what we
they
were
come by email?
given the other day.
Yep,
That
yep,
is
a
not
new
on
one.
it. That's,
A new one went out yesterday afternoon, I think. Maybe in my junk folder.
put it in your folder. That's why,
that's what I've got
No,
here.
no, I was looking at my email junk folder.
I think I have,
Should be 6 items in the new app.
got 6 items. And my understanding is that item 5 is officially tabled.
Yes, item number 5 is tabled. Item number 5 under new applications.
Oh, no, I was talking about the jet in front of you. You were here, right? Yes. Thank you.
May I have a motion?
Make a motion, we approve the agenda as written with the amendment, striking out item 5. Second that.
Okay, having been second, all in favor of approving the agenda?
okay,
Just one?
Oh, right.
Okay, thank you. I think we have an unanimous approval. Good, that's a good start. All right, let's take up then the approval of the minutes for the July 26th meeting.
I'll be abstaining because I wasn't here that meeting.
So we don't have a, it does not appear that we have a quorum to approve these, so we'll table that for next time. I'm going to just note for Corinne,
Hmm?
I believe I was at that meeting.
Oh, yes.
I wasn't.
I think you came in late.
Add me on there,
I'll put you in.
thank you. Okay, I think that brings us then to the citizen comment portion of our agenda here tonight. It's 7:05, we'll open the floor to any citizens who want to make a comment about anything that doesn't appear on our agenda tonight. Chip Bassett.
Mr. Chairman, Chip Bassett, some of the planning board members are attending the committee on the street and road ordinance, and I just want to emphasize that the draft that was presented a week ago Monday would have required 5-foot sidewalks on all private ways that had anything to do with the subdivision, and that needs to be corrected.
Okay. You want to further comment on how it needs to be corrected? Do you have some thoughts on that?
Yes, the short version is that the the proposal was to limit private ways, the term private ways to, strictly to, private road which served a subdivision exempt from subdivision regulations, in other words, family division. But what that did was anything else which used to be a private way became a minor street. And so the solution is, it's actually fairly simple, it's to designate, I don't know what the best term is, but either a family private way or a exempt private way or something like that for the specific situations that the Board of Selectmen and the committee were trying to address, and leave the general term private way the way it is now. And I intend to communicate that to Selectman Van Allen, the town planner and town manager, but it's something that concerned me a great deal, and I wanted to bring it to the planning board's attention because it ties into the land use ordinance and the subdivision ordinance.
Have we got a number that's been recommended then? No, not so much.
It's, the chairman's been attending, and Chip was attending, and he was on the phone too.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Anything else? Okay, hearing nothing else, we'll close the citizen comment portion of our meeting tonight at 7:08. And we'll move on to pending applications. And our first item for this evening is Pave Tech Corp. Contractor Yard Conditional Use Application. Okay. And is that something that we have something to address to the board?
David Jones, I represent Pave Tech. We're simply here asking for the board to deem the application for conditional use contractor yard to complete and to schedule a public hearing.
I noted that you have submitted a couple of additional studies that were not available last time. Actually, that are repeated studies.
Well, the water test and the sound study have been revised and improved upon. The water study, the objection previously was that the sampling had been done by the applicant rather than a third party. And so the study has been redone with the sample being taken by the test company rather than the applicant. The results were unchanged. There's no evidence of contamination on the site. The sound study was done on-site, and the parking area has been adjusted on the newly submitted plan in order to comply with setback requirements, and the sound study is specifically related to those locations.
Well, I'll say, since you're here looking for your application to be deemed complete, I'll make a motion that we do accept this as being a complete application. The two things we asked last time were the groundwater and the noise, and I'm not basing this on the merits of those studies, but the fact that the information is complete.
Yeah, I think we'll need some, I don't know about you, but I looked it over, I read it through, and I need to look at it a little further to understand, compare the things and better understand it, but the time between now and the public hearing is scheduled will provide a sample and an opportunity to do that. So it looks to me like what has been requested has been provided.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Motion having been made and seconded, do we have a vote on that?
Yay.
All in favor? Being made complete? Okay, that's unanimous.
We need to set a
update for the public hearing?
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Good evening. Craig Rancourt for Stacy and Dewey Guile. Could the board elaborate on their policy on conflicts of interest for board members? And what is their policy?
That question seems to me pretty generic. Do you have a specific concern that you'd like to direct it to? Because I think a question that is phrased that generally invites an answer that is equally general.
Well, it may be absolutely nothing, but there is some suggestion in the public that, in all due respect to Mr. King, he may have a business relationship with the applicant. And if that is true, does that present a conflict of interest, and should he be sitting on board voting on this?
I can answer that. Yes, I do have a business relationship. Okay, I'm not necessarily working on Mr. Stilson's vehicles or anything else, but I do run a business, and a lot of times when I'm doing the thing is commercial inspection. Okay? And if you know how many people that I have in this town that I have worked on their vehicles, I do not have a personal endeavor to gain anything by my opinions. And I'm very vocal on my opinions, and I don't care who it is, friend or customer. I speak what I feel. So I do not have any contracts or anything else with Mr. Stilson.
I guess the question is whether or not if a board member feels that he can sit fairly and impartially in the decision. And I'm not being personal here, I'm just.
No, I mean, it's a good question.
I think it is a fair question, and I think you got a pretty direct and frank answer from a board member who is probably known for giving those kind of answers.
So it is his opinion that he can sit fairly and impartially on this, despite his relationship.
Sir,
Yes.
let's put it this way. If it was your truck, okay, and if it didn't pass inspection, you still would get the same thing as if it was his truck.
But that's not my question.
No, I'm just saying, the fact is, I go strictly by what it is. It's not who it is that I inspect the vehicle.
What raised the red flag in the first place for you to ask the question? I mean, was there something that prompted you to bring this up? That was out of the ordinary?
Yes, we have seen Mr. Stilfon's vehicles parked at his establishment on a fairly regular basis, even recently.
Yeah, so,
Well, I'm asking, I mean.
I'm just saying.
Does he park his vehicles there?
on occasion he has, yes, sir.
Okay.
With no benefit or I'm not getting nothing out of it, okay? No compensation, if that's the question you want. There is no compensation.
But again, that's not the question.
Okay. Okay, we satisfied your concerns for the rank court?
He's placed his opinion on the record.
Okay, good.
Through the chair.
Chip?
I actually, I'm sorry, I wanted to ask this question before you guys voted, but I have a question. Does the survey provided by the applicant make a determination of whether or not there is an inland wetland of 10 acres or more, or between 2 and 10 acres within the required, either close to or on the border of the applicant's property? And I ask that because in section 8.6.12, listing the conditional uses in a resource protection district. Parking is allowed only if it's resource protection district due to the floodplain. And the same is true for the shoreline overlay district.
Well, I think the short answer to your question is, no, and I don't think the plan does.
I'm sorry.
If it does, it's not standing out to me.
Allow me to elaborate. My property abuts Mr. Stillfront's,
Mhm,
and it's wet section.
that's for sure.
And so if the survey has not, if the plan doesn't take doesn't do an assessment determining is the abutting wetland less than 2 acres? Is it between 2 and 10, or is it greater than 10?
Well, let me, I think we're here for a limited purpose tonight. And I think
Okay.
your question's a fair one, and it seems to me that's more appropriate for the public hearing part of the proceedings. Because my expectation is you may not even know, as the abutter, how close your wetland extends to this property. Maybe
Oh,
you do,
no,
maybe you don't.
I don't know.
Okay, all right. So I don't think anybody sitting in the room does, except maybe Bill Stovall. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know either. But I think we can just probably consider that for another time, the public hearing.